Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Nathan Doak of Walled Lake Western Boys Basketball. How's it going?
What's up, man?
Not too much. You guys are you guys are on a bit of a high in these last few weeks, especially after beating a really good Milford team at home. What was that win like? Because you've had some good wins in the past few weeks.
Yeah, we kind of go into every game thinking that we have the talent to hang with a lot of these teams that are good. And we started the game, it was going back and forth, and we kind of had a big end of second quarter, early third, and we were like, oh man, we could really beat this team. And then after that, I think our confidence was just so high that they couldn't really come back from that.
Yeah. So really, just kind of talk about that for a minute. What did that win do for this team?
Oh, everyone was confident. I mean, even the kids that don't get a lot of playing time, they're kind of like low confidence. They were all happy. I mean, everyone in the whole entire organization was pretty happy with that win and gave us a lot of confidence going into the next few weeks. We got Clarkston. That's going to be a rough game, real good defensive game there. So got a lot of confidence with it.
Yeah, for sure. Of course, you just saw Clarkston. You guys all went to the Clarkston Lakeland game on Friday.
Yeah.
Did not have a game, but what was that? What was that like to just be together as a team?
Oh, I mean, that was a fun little like team bonding thing we did. I mean, a lot of it, we haven't played with each other a lot. So it's just good to like be able to click as a team together, like with those events. And we went out to dinner. So that was like good.
Where'd you guys go?
We went to CJ's Brewery.
Ooh, that was good. That's good
Yeah,
stuff.
it was good food.
Yeah. Um, so really kind of going into these next few weeks, what do you feel like you have to do? Because you've got some tough teams, but you're also going to be on the road a lot in these next few weeks.
Yeah, I think we definitely just have to uh, focus on our defense, focus on blocking the crowd out. I feel like a lot of time people get in their own heads with that. Like sometimes like you hear the student section calling each other names and stuff. So I feel like just like being focused on the win, being focused on winning the game will be the biggest focal point.
So going into a game, like how do you mentioned that you have to like block everything out. How do you do that?
I mean, you kind of just once you get into a flow, like once you're going up and down the floor a couple times, I mean, after that, you don't really hear much from anything else. I mean, you're kind of just locked in. So, I mean, just getting into the game, like focusing on the game, and none of the other antics is a big part of how our team is.
Yeah, for sure. Um, just kind of talk about like you as a player. What have you really been improving on in these last few games?
What I've been trying to do is get garbage points. So those would be like offensive rebounds, getting to my spot off dump off. So those are kind of things that I worked on this year. We're moving to where I need to be to put myself in a better situation, making my free throws. I've been shooting pretty well from free throws this year, so a lot of my points have been coming off of free throws.
Yeah, for sure. What was the biggest thing that you worked on this offseason?
Oh, this off season was definitely my mid range. I feel like over the years I've been kind of just like a layup 3-pointer type of guy, and this year I kind of focused on like that 15 foot range, like getting to my spot. Did that a lot in AU. Just be more comfortable with that.
Do you feel like you've kind of come into your own? How do you fit well in the system in Coach Graves' system, and what you kind of like in where you're at right now? Because it feels like you guys are really playing together.
Yeah, Graves loves like size. So I feel like I have pretty good size. I'm at like 6'2". I can handle the ball. Graves loves like a big team. We got a lot of big guys. Like Will's like 6'4". Dylan's like 6'7", 6'8". Alex is like up there 6'8", 6'9". So pretty big team. We can all handle the ball, put the ball on the floor. We're a real versatile team. So that's what Graves likes. He likes pounding the ball in the middle and being able to score off that.
Yeah. So going into these next few weeks, I know that going to games and traveling to games. What's that going to be like for you?
I mean, it's just playing the game. I mean, I don't look at away games as much different than home games. So it's just you gotta just be able to watch film, be ready for the team, and just put everything else aside and just win the game.
Yeah. How do you mentally prepare for a game?
So, I mean, once I get to the gym, kind of like talking to people a little bit, and we'll watch like the JV or the girls game before us. And then once we get into that locker room, I'm pretty quiet. I try to like focus on things. Like I was watching Will, he said like thinks of scenarios, and I would say like I always visualize myself like making a shot or making layups or getting a stop, like just so when you see it happen in your head, you're able to do that in game and become more successful.
What was the biggest thing that you've learned this season?
Uh, Definitely defense is important. I feel like last year we had a really good defensive team. We had a Nick DePauli who's at Madonna right now. We were able to lock teams down, hold them to under 50 points a lot of time. This year, started off rough, not being able to play very well defense, and that's what we've been focusing on a lot in practice,
How do you
getting
feel?
that defensive part down.
How do you feel like you've done with that?
I've definitely done better than the start. I feel like I wasn't really focused on that. I was focused on like scoring the ball and like making everyone better on offense. And then after we lost a couple of bad games, I was like, I got to crack down in this and be able to get stops.
All right. Um, the biggest thing is coming into Tuesday against South Lyon. Um, remember every team is a good team. So what do you feel like you guys need to do to get the win on Tuesday?
Yeah, they're a very scrappy team. So we just have to be able to hold our composure and not get like texts like those bad texts. We had one against Milford that was crucial in the game. Got them 6 free throws in a row, cut the lead down to 4. So kind of holding our composure and offense and being able to just play our game and not play their game and play down to them will be a big point.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, let's get to know you a little bit, Nathan. How about that?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. So who's your favorite player growing up?
LeBron for sure.
Okay.
Always loved him. Being able to play every position, shoot the ball, take the ball to the basket, dribble, everything.
Favorite game that you've been a part of?
It's like basketball, like playing in the game.
Yeah, basketball.
Oh, definitely late the playoff game against Lakeland last year. That was a huge game. The crowd was crazy. Close game throughout. It was just electric in the gym.
Yeah. What's your go-to place for food?
Definitely McDonald's. After school, there's one right outside Western. I mean, just right there. It's easy.
Seems like there's always a McDonald's everywhere. Just
Yeah, I mean, just everywhere. So anytime you want it, you can just go get it anywhere you were at.
that's McDonald's. So there you go.
Yeah.
Um, okay. What's a TV or streaming show you're really into right now?
Um, Definitely The Office. I feel like I kind of like watch that and then get away from it and then watch it again. It's just a good solid show to watch. You could watch it over and over.
Absolutely. And then lastly, what is something people do not know about you?
Uh, I love trading cards. I love
Really?
collecting those. Yeah, it's real fun.
Yeah. It's yeah. And it's always fun. It's always getting new ones too.
Yeah, it's opening packs is just fun. It's just a fun little thing to do.
Yeah. All right. Well, Nathan, thank you so much for coming on and talking with us, and best of
Yeah,
luck.
thanks for having me.